So, I'm back talking about hair dye again. And for this one, as you can see in the title, I'm talking about a color I've already talked about. And why am I doing that? I'm going to be going back and redoing some of my older reviews because I was going to say I think I've gotten better at like talking and presenting, but clearly I have not. Because I still keep pausing awkwardly because it feels super weird just talking to a camera. So yeah. But I've had longer experience with more of these dyes as I haven't been buying them regularly. And so because of work BS, I was actually just sticking with hair color and I would just throw something on and I was so worn out and tired, blah blah blah, that I wasn't changing it that much. I wasn't buying that much because I couldn't really afford it and I didn't like it when I changed up my hair so much. So yeah, I got a new job, blah 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 blah. I dye my hair more now. But, you know, just having that time to experience colors more, because when I started doing these reviews, I was changing my hair color like every 2 weeks. And now I just leave it in for like months if I can. So I've really gotten to know some of these better. I've gotten to know brands better. I've talked with more people about the dyes, and so I feel like I have more to say on certain colors. Some maybe I gave bad reviews to, or neutral reviews that I have a different opinion on now, and some I gave good reviews and I again have a different opinion now. So that is one that we're going to talk about today. Yeah. And if you see me making really exasperated faces, it's because it is boiling hot and my air conditioner, which is right up there just out of view, has decided that this would be the perfect time to stop working. It's really hot. I'm just sitting by this nice open window, not only for this beautiful lighting effect that is probably not that flattering or great, we'll see, but also because it's open air and it's like a light breeze and it's my only relief. I suppose I could just not wear flannel, but you know, that's not an option. Anyway, so when I originally reviewed Green Envy by Manic Panic, I think it was around this time last year actually, like I had red hair and my fringe was green. I was really happy with it, and you know, I was happy when I dyed it again this color because I actually hadn't used it since then. I don't know, I just kind of forgot that I had green hair dye. To the point where now that Special Effects is back making dye, I just bought another one, and I'm like, oh wait, I did have a green. I'm gonna use that till this other one gets here, because I don't really remember how I feel. I think I gave it a positive review, even though it's Manic Panic. It's a really pretty color when you put it on. I'm gonna throw some pictures up like right here or something and post. Okay, so it starts off really pretty. I wish it stayed that way. I did this almost exactly a week ago. It was last Friday. Today is again Friday. So within a week, and I applied this to both freshly bleached hair and like, because I dye the underside of my hair, and since I could dye more hair now, I took it up like much higher, and so I bleached it out and I redid my roots, and then I had my the stuff that was already bleached and dyed that you saw when my past video of dyeing it hot pink and electric orange. The pink tones and a little bit of the orange tones were still in there, which was part of why I chose green, because I wanted to neutralize those out, and that's actually kind of why I used the green the first time, is because my hair had been pink and I wanted to get the pink out because it just was staying for like ever. So that neutralizes it. And yeah, that's the kind of hair that I applied it over, and I'm going to show you what it looks like a week later, because it's a little awful. And another thing I want to say is that a lot of people, whenever I like shit all over Manic Panic, which they're great people, like Tish and Snooki, they're really sweet. I love all of their social media stuff that they do. They're really cute and funny. And I've met people who Manic Panic stays in their hair for like 200 years, and I've met a lot of people where it washes out. Sorry, it sounds like there's a bug behind me, but there's not. People where it washes out the very next day, and I'm kind of in the middle. It'll stain my hair of like a weaker color than it starts out for a long period of time, but the actual bright color will dissipate for me like within 2 weeks maximum. I think at minimum I got like 3 days out of one color, but I think that just has to do with your hair, and just because it's been all types of people that I hear this from. All of their washing habits are like different. Some wash their hair like just twice a week and they use dry shampoo, and they wash it in the cold water with color safe sulfate free shampoo, all that jazz, and their Manic Panic dye still washes out in like 2 days. And when they apply it with heat and like wrap it, everything that you do. And meanwhile there'll be other people who just like apply it for 30 minutes, wash it out, wash their hair every single day, and it stays forever. I don't know. The only thing that, like, the two brands that I hear are consistently working well for everyone. Okay, maybe like not specifically everyone, because I've heard like 2 bad things about Sparks, but Sparks and Special Effects. They're just the best ones I've used. To get back on topic, alright, I specifically came in front of the fucking window so that I would not have this. Can you even see it? I'm gonna have to like move my camera a bit, so please stand by. I don't know if you can see like how fadey this is, and like how patchy. I know some of my brown hair is getting in the way. Like, there are random parts like right here that it's like, why are you lighter than up here? And it's not just because it's near the end. I have parts like, I think this is one. I'm looking in my viewfinder. This is just randomly, like, it's this weird brown color. And it's just these weird, it's kind of like leopard spots. It's so patchy. And, great, now I gotta get this situated perfectly again. A mess my hair is. I mean, it's not a bad faded green, it's kind of swampy. Some people like that, but the fact that it is so patchy really bugs me. Like, I didn't mix it with anything. I applied it evenly all over, so it just doesn't make sense that like in sections that I applied it evenly, it is that patchy. It's so weird. Some portions of it are super bright, I don't know. There is one section, I fucking can't find it, whatever, that is super, super bright still, and it's like kind of a nice color, and it's because I mixed that portion with, I have this color of Raw, I think the brand is, I don't know, it's a teal dye with a really green base. Like whenever it would fade out, it would have these really horrible garish green undertones, and I thought that would be perfect for this. So I did mix those together in like one part, and that made it work. So I'm gonna touch up my hair because I'm planning on going out of town this weekend, and I want to be bright and not like Shrek Swamp. But yeah, so I'm probably gonna do that just so I can have a couple of days of bright hair. Like, it was fabulous for the first, maybe until Wednesday. From Friday to maybe Tuesday night, Wednesday morning was when I noticed that it was all like gross, fadey, and just unpleasant. And I know I gave it props for being longer lasting than any Manic Panic thing, and it is. This is way brighter than with the rest of the like container ones that I would usually have. Much, much, much brighter, and it lasts much, much, much longer, and I think that's because it's amplified, and I like that. I don't understand why it's just so inconsistent and why it washes out so much. Because it really is such a beautiful color, and for like this price, and sort of a little bit less if I'm talking about sparks, I can get a dye that will be just as beautiful but will stay longer. So while I did like recommend it the first time, having really sat with this for like a good week, watching it fade out and transform and change, I can't really recommend it anymore. I'm going to be trying other colors, like other greens, so hopefully I will find something that I can recommend, because green is really a pretty color, and I'm always recommending shit like purples and blues and pinks. I want to be able to say like, here's some other things, if you don't like those colors, a lot of people like green, here's a good green for you. I want to be able to do that, and since I'm just always changing my hair and I'm up for trying most all dyes, like to get a really good feel and find what's perfect for me. That's like, I want to help you guys do that, and so that's why I make this kind of stuff. And part of why I'm going back and redoing things, I'm definitely going to be redoing sparks. I know that has no business being in here, but yeah, because thinking back on it, that stuff was great. I want to try their green, but I'm not buying that one. I'm gonna do special effects Sonic green, but so the only way I would recommend this is if you know that Manic Panic really works for your hair. If you're having positive experiences with the brand, I think that this would be excellent for you. It is widely, well, I don't know that the amplifieds are so widely available. I find them pretty easily at places like Hot Topic, don't judge me, and I think maybe Spencer's. I find them more often than pretty much any other hair dye. Like for their amplified series, you can get the little containers freaking anywhere. So if Manic Panic works for you, then I do recommend this, because maybe it will stay in your hair, but you are spending about as much as you would be spending on Amazon or something for other brands that I know will work and work for most other people. But I mean, if you're okay with some, like if this is just a temporary thing for you, go for it, because it's gonna be easier to come across than some of the other things I would recommend. If it's just a matter of convenience, you're okay with it fading out because it's not something that you want to be long lasting, maybe like short term is really what you need because of school or work or whatever reasoning, Then I would say yeah, probably like super short term, no, because like this has stayed like this bright for like a week now. So clearly you need something a little less pigmented, but yeah. Can't really recommend it so much to everyone else this time around. Definitely not really for that price, just because of its inconsistencies. Yeah. Do I have to do the star rating? Because I used to always do the star rating, and I have no idea what I did in the past for this color. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give it like a 2 out of, let me rethink, like a 3.5 or maybe 4 out of 10, something like that, 3.5 or 4 out of 10, if I had to rate this. Actually no, I've used way worse. I'm gonna do like a 5 or a 6 out of 10, because there are bright parts, and if I mix it with something else, and at the start, it is really, really pretty. So it's like meh. I'm still unhappy with it though. And I feel like there are way worse dyes that I would put down at like 2 or 3 or 4. And this, see, I'm just kind of rambling, and I really hate when I ramble and then I go on talking about how I'm rambling. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. This has been a revisiting of Manic Panic's Green Envy. Too long, didn't watch. I can't really recommend it that much this time around unless Manic Panic, you know, definitely like works for you and is your thing, and you don't care about how long it lasts maybe, or it's just wildly accessible, I don't know. Yeah. Pretty okay color. I don't like the patchiness. It does, I don't know if this is just because it's green. It did get the pink out of my hair. Yeah. So I will be back next time, probably with the new dye that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna wear that for a little bit, and then I'm gonna revisit Sparks. I don't know if it's gonna be like right when I use it. That would probably be better because then I could show it, but I did use it for like a long enough time. Some of those, and then that like purple, that pastel purple color I showed in my last video where the pink and orange. Yeah. Thanks for watching me ramble. I hope I helped you. Any questions, post them in the comments below and I'll try and answer them, unless it's like super weird, I don't know.